Deep within the Earth's fiery belly, where the molten core churns and ancient forces collide, a creature stirred. Molten lava dripped from its jaw, sizzling as it hit the ground. A low growl rumbled, echoing through the fiery caverns. The beast was a Bengal tiger, its orange and black stripes warped by the intense heat. Its fur seemed to shimmer, distorted by the waves of heat rising from the molten ground. Vast, leathery wings, like those of a dragon, unfurled behind it. Each beat of its wings kicked up waves of fire, sending sparks flying into the air. Its eyes glowed like hot coals, burning with an inner fire. This was Agni, born of the volcano's fury, a creature of pure flame and rage. Far above, a storm gathered, dark clouds swirling ominously. Lightning flashed, illuminating a chilling sight in the stormy sky. A werewolf stood atop a craggy peak, silhouetted against the storm. Its fur was the color of a moonless night, blending into the darkness. Great bat-like wings, tattered and torn, stretched wide behind it. Lightning crackled around it, drawn to its glowing red eyes. Those eyes, like burning embers, seemed to pierce the very soul. This was Bars, the storm's dark heart, a creature of thunder and shadow. These two were nightmares given form, embodiments of nature's most destructive forces. One, a child of fire, born from the heart of a volcano. The other, a spawn of the storm, forged in the fury of the skies. They were ancient rivals, their feud as old as time itself. Both craved dominance over the other. Tonight their paths would converge in a battle of epic proportions. Tonight only one would survive, and the world would tremble at the outcome. The air crackled with anticipation. An unnatural silence fell, the calm before the storm. The valleys seemed to hold its breath, every leaf and blade of grass frozen in time. Agni emerged from the volcano's maw, his eyes burning with an inner fire that mirrored the molten lava behind him. His roar was a guttural challenge, a declaration of war. It echoed through the valley, shaking the very stones. He spread his wings, a kaleidoscope of fire against the black sky. Each feather seemed to flicker with its own flame. He smelled his enemy, tasted the fear on the wind. His senses were heightened, every nerve on edge. Bars answered with a howl that ripped through the night. It was a sound of pure defiance, a promise of battle. It leaped from the peak, a black shadow against the storm clouds. His form was sleek, his movements fluid and deadly. He soared through the lightning, each bolt seeming to empower him. The storm was his ally, each flash illuminating his path. His fangs gleamed, eager to tear, to rend, to feast. They were weapons honed by countless battles. They circled each other, predator sizing up predator. Each movement was calculated, each step a test of the other's resolve. The earth trembled as they charged. The ground beneath them seemed to pulse with the energy of their impending clash. Agni, a streak of fire, met Bars, a whirlwind of darkness, in a deafening clash. The battle had begun, and the world would never be the same. Agni raked his claws, each one tipped with molten rock. They tore through Bars's hide, drawing blood that sizzled on the heated ground. Bars retaliated with a snap of his jaws, his fangs grazing Agni's fiery mane. They were a whirlwind of tooth and claw, fire and shadow. Each blow was a hammer blow, each parry a testament to their monstrous strength. The very air thrummed with the power of their struggle. The ground buckled under their weight, unable to bear their ferocious dance. The battle raged, a maelstrom of primal fury. Agni breathed a wave of fire, scorching the earth. Bars, with a mighty flap of his wings, summoned a tempest of wind and rain. Lightning struck the ground between them, splitting the earth. The sky above mirrored the chaos, ripped in two. On one side, the volcano roared its approval, showering the battlefield with molten rock. On the other, the storm raged, unleashing its fury in bolts of blinding light. Yet neither beast yielded. They were locked in a dance of death, each determined to be the last one standing. The climax came with the sudden force of a thunderclap. The sky, once a canvas of calm, erupted into chaos, mirroring the battle below. Nature itself seemed to hold its breath, waiting for the outcome of this fierce confrontation. Agni, with a desperate lunge, sank his claws deep into Bars's chest. The force of the attack was immense, driven by sheer will and survival instinct. Every muscle in Agni's body strained as he fought for dominance. A howl, filled with pain and rage, tore from Bars's throat. It was a sound that echoed through the valleys, a cry of defiance and agony. The once mighty Bars, now brought to his knees, struggled against the inevitable. He faltered, his wings failing him for the first time. The majestic wings that once ruled the skies were now a symbol of his downfall. Each attempt to rise was met with failure, a testament to the brutal clash. Agni roared in victory, the sound echoing across the shattered landscape. It was a roar that declared his supremacy, a sound that would be remembered by all who heard it. The landscape itself seemed to bow to his triumph. Bars, the storm-given form, lay still. His once fierce eyes now closed, his body motionless. The storm that raged within him had finally been quelled, leaving behind a silent testament to the battle that had ensued. The storm clouds above began to dissipate, the rain slowing to a drizzle. The heavens seemed to acknowledge the end of the conflict, offering a moment of peace after the chaos. The world, though broken, began to heal. Agni, battered and bruised but triumphant, watched as the life drained from his enemy's eyes. He had won. The battle scars on his body were a testament to his strength and resilience. He stood tall, a symbol of victory and survival. He was the apex predator, the king of this broken world. In this harsh and unforgiving landscape, he had proven his dominance. Every creature would now recognize his reign, and none would dare challenge him, and the world would tremble before him. The ground itself seemed to acknowledge his power, quaking under his presence. Agni had not just survived, he had conquered, and his legacy would be etched into the very fabric of this world.